Leo, hi, and welcome to the April reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, and or Venus. However, whoever clicks on this video is meant to be here, and so I hope you hear all that you need at this time, and definitely do subscribe before you leave. Coming into the top of the month, energies that are around, you guys have the Magician card that came out like this, followed by the Knight of Wands that was in reverse but kind of not in reverse, going in the opposite direction from the Magician, if you will. And then you have the Two of Swords. Really conflicting energy here. This is really spontaneous energy, but not utilizing that energy to your advantage because it's somewhat in the reverse. So then this is more of being lazy, right? Being unmotivated. Also being deceitful in conjunction with the Two of Swords and the Magician card and the reverse. Not looking before you're crossing the street is what I'm hearing. So you're not necessarily being observant here. You may be saying one thing and doing another. And that is in some way, well, not in some way, it is absolutely manipulative, but it's kind of trying to find the loophole. There we go. That's what I'm hearing. You guys are trying to find the loophole, or somebody else is trying to find the loophole with you, where there's like white lies that are being told, half-truths. Trying to keep somebody happy, but at the detriment to both of you, because not only are you not being genuine to yourself and how you feel, and who you are, okay, but to them, you are keeping them in the dark. You're feeding them this hope that isn't real, okay? Because coming into the second and third week of April, you have the Judgment card here with the Lovers and the Seven of Coins, but also the Five of Coins and the Three of Coins wanted to come out as they did, and they came out on top of the Lovers and the Seven of Coins. So this is definitely dealing with some sort of relationship that is binding, some sort of contract that is binding, okay, some sort of agreement. So this can be a business partnership, this can be a familial relationship, this can be a platonic friendship that's been confusing and complicated, if you will, with the Coins energy, all of this Coins energy, because there is no real definition for it. Okay, it's something that you want to pursue, but it's not something that you've actually exclaimed to be exclusive in, to be committed with, and seeing through. Okay, this can be trying to really understand the definition of love, what that means for you. Trying to understand the other person's definition, understanding their language is what I'm hearing. Maybe there may be some conflicts with that, or there have been, understandably so, with Mercury being in retrograde, and we are still in the post-shadow period of that. So for another 2 weeks or so, I don't feel like you'll be able to get your point across and really be able to articulate what it is that you want to say, what it is that you feel on a heart level, on a soul level here. But again, for some of you that have been deceiving others, or that have been deceived, there is a reckoning that is coming, right? You will be rewarded for the loyalty that you bestowed onto somebody else, and out of naivety, but just being just so trustworthy, and they just greatly took advantage of that. You will be rewarded for that with something better, with someone better. If communication again has been off, you guys haven't been seeing eye to eye, is also what I'm hearing with this Magician and the Knight of Wands that came out just so splunky and funky. Then there's opportunity now, being that you are going through the post-shadow period, to reconnect on that level and to find the verbiage, okay, and to rededicate yourself. If this is something that you've already been in and you don't see yourself leaving anytime soon, the other person, it's mutual, you guys feel the same, then this part is for you. Making sure that you guys are coming back after a period of maybe feeling neglected, if not misunderstood, with the Five of Coins energy. Also understanding that there needs to be a change in the dynamic of the relationship and how it's been going here with the Three of Coins and the Five of Coins that came out on top of the Lovers with the Seven of Coins here. Somebody's not feeling like they're getting the attention that they deserve, the respect that they deserve. And again, this is vice versa energy. Somebody is feeling like you have all the time in the world for work, or to do things that are more project related, or to do things that just essentially take time away from the quality that you need to be able to be on that next level with your partner. They're more involved in what they're doing than with wanting to grow and know you, or that's how it has been. And if it hasn't been for the past couple of weeks, this can be something that you've been enduring for the past couple of months. Okay, now it's time to reflect with this judgment energy. Let's review. What are you satisfied with? What do you know still needs improvement? What part of the things that still need to be improved upon are your responsibility to handle? And what can you do? When will you take action? How will you take action? Coins energy is all about how you do things, how you say things, right? How you suggest things, how you delegate tasks. It's all about how you do the things that you do, how you decide to present yourself, how you decide to respond to situations, how you decide to juggle your responsibilities, to prioritize things to the best of your ability. But again, if things feel too heavy, things are over your head, you feel like you are piled up with work, can some of that be delegated? Who can you delegate it to? Who do you trust? Right? Within your community, 3 of Coins is Gemini's house. Make sure that you are just entertaining the right things. Make sure that you are watering the right things as well. That you're getting rid of the habits, day-to-day habits and activities that don't serve you, that haven't served you, that isn't providing nourishment to the relationship. The 7 of Coins is all about like replanting energy, right? You're picking up from one space because it's too big for where it has been, and it needs new earth. It needs more room to grow. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe there needs to be more space because things have been a little bit too tight. Maybe things have been a little bit too tense. Maybe you guys have been spending too much time together, and there's been a sense of loss as far as identity is concerned, as far as productivity levels. You haven't been creating or producing at the level that you are used to. You haven't really been able to spend time with friends, and so you feel like you are in the outs. You're not in the know with what's going on in their life because you've been too dedicated to the person that you've been in love with. And so all other things have fallen by the wayside, and now there is that sense of detachment. There is that sense of being isolated. Okay, you're no longer being invited to the party on a very literal sense. Just be careful when you're expressing these concerns if you feel like you have gone through a period or are stuck in a period of codependency with people that are in your environment, or with things that you've attached yourself to. Again, things that have been binding. So a business, if you've been pouring too much of yourself into your business, you still need to make room to play. You don't necessarily have to spend money to do so, but you have to understand that you have to have a nice balance between your earthly desires and achievements, right? And again, your ability to be a self-sufficient and, or what are they called that? What do they call them? An industrious individual, and also balancing that with quality time with self and self-care. Spending those days where you don't get out of bed before noon, okay? Where you take that time to go and do a yoga class. And sorry, communication is still pretty strange right now in the post-shadow period. Thank you, Mercury. But where you take those moments to look in the mirror again and just do more self-reflection, where you're able to relax and kind of do as you please. That's what I'm hearing. Where you're able to do as you please and not be so tied up in responsibilities and deadlines. Yes, you should meet them, and yes, you should have proper planning and be methodical about the way that you go about things, but don't be so methodical to where it's calculated and perceived in a negative lens. This is all about the lens that you're using this month, is what I'm getting here, especially with this Magician card. The approach. Because if you come off too calculated, and then you come off as like manipulative, as somebody that's only in it for personal gain, as somebody that is perceived as the mischievous type instead of the mysterious type. So there's a fine line that you're having to walk here with this energy, and that you're really having to balance in the month, because just naturally you have the Sun card here. This is you. Just naturally, you're very exuberant, right? You're radiant, and you're hard to ignore. Okay, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. Your presence is known regardless. Okay, you can very well attract people to you, as you are also warm. You can be mistaken for being the flirtatious type when that is not the intention. So maybe there is some miscommunication as far as that is concerned throughout the month, where people are getting the wrong idea when you are just trying to show the purest parts of yourself, the innocence of who you are, by being able to get along with anyone, but being able to show love and be loving towards anybody. For those that don't have a lot of that in their life, it can strike a different chord, and it can be interpreted a different way. So again, getting to the root of language and love and matters of the heart, and how you decide to speak, right? And how you're able to set those boundaries when you know that you have different intentions, so you're never leading somebody on. This can also be somebody that's trying to keep a watchful eye out on the things that somebody else is doing, somebody that they again can be involved with, because we have the twos here. It can be about partnership. Like if we're not speaking, and she or he can go X amount of hours without talking to me, then what are you up to? And you feel like you kind of have to play I spy and keep tabs on what this person's doing, just to make sure that they're being honest. That again is not really a healthy behavioral pattern. Especially when you're dating, you should operate from a place of trust and understand that they will naturally come to you when they want to have those moments, right? And have those conversations. Both of you guys should be involved in other things outside of the relationship. If this is about a partnership, both of you guys should be busy to where you're not spending every minute asking each other what you're doing, asking each other where you're going, right? You guys should be working towards other things in your life, but not so much to the point, again, because there's a fine line. You have to walk that line and really know how to finesse the line instead of the person, but finessing the line where, yes, you are busy from this period to this period, but what can I do in the meantime? Again, what am I responsible for? I am accountable in this season. We are in Aries season. I know what I have to do, so I'm going to get it done. How can you check in with this person although you are busy? Letting them know that you're still thinking about them, that you still care, that you're still committed. If you're wanting to move towards commitment, some of you guys have been scaring yourself out of making that next big move, and you're wanting to make sure that you're making the right choice, because God forbid you settle for anything. Being a Leo, it's okay to take your time, but understand that also time waits for no man. So you can't be with somebody for 10 years and expect that they will stay for another 10 without there being some form of commitment, right? Being able to show that in another way. If you believe in marriage, or if you guys decide that you are fine with your status of the relationship, but you want to move in together, okay? And that is showing some other form of commitment, like, I am choosing you, I'm choosing to go into this next phase of my life with you. Financially, it makes more sense. On an economic level, it makes more sense for us to be together than to be apart, than to be so far, for there to be any sort of distance. Whether it's, okay, having that conversation if you've already been together and you guys are married. Okay, do we want children, right? This is leading into the forest, leading into familial life. Can I say that right? Familial life. And are you guys financially stable enough to grow? And if not, how can you guys handle things and make more money, or make room for more opportunity to be more financially sound? As far as your chakras are concerned, you have your root, sacral, solar plexus. Here heavy, but just also focus on the heart that's coming through. If this video resonated, do give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more.